What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. The channel name is Desire is Fire, and on today's good piece of news that I want to bring to you, there's a couple pieces taken, as always, from goodnewsnetwork.org. The first one is about a mother who found out that her child was given not even a year to live after she was diagnosed with leukemia, and she emailed 130 doctors within 24 hours to she refused to accept that prognosis for her daughter, and within 24 hours she heard back from a physician in Sydney, Australia. They were living in South Africa, and heard from this physician telling them to fly out to Sydney so that she could be treated. And although it was hard for the family, it said they decided to pack up and move there. And within just 1 month of an experimental treatment on, basically it sounded like a study that they were doing, she was in remission after 1 month. And she was given not even until her second birthday to live from the previous doctor's prognosis of the patient. And then on the second piece of news, and I think for that first piece of news, it really teaches a lot about persistence too. You know, refusing to accept something that is kind of sounding like it's the inevitable. But especially, I mean, I'm sure any parent would act like that also. But this mother was determined to not accept that for her daughter and do whatever it took to make sure her daughter was taken care of. And she now says that she never takes anything for granted, even the naughty moments of her child, because she just turned 6 years old, I guess, but she enjoys every single moment with her, which is how it should be anyway. But on to the second story. There was actually an airman who was in the military and saw that another soldier had posted a comment on Reddit and was asking how his life insurance policy would kick in for his family if something would happen to him. And other people noticed his tone and expressed their concerns, but this other soldier, as it says online in the article, he took it one step further and he got with Google, I think he got with Reddit. He was determined to find out this soldier's location, and then he got in touch with the commanding officers or whoever it was over him to find out who the soldier was. They pinpointed it down, found out who it was, and had talked to him, and found out that this soldier had been suffering from a deep depression, and they intervened and talked to him and obviously talked him out of this. I think that's also a great story on how God and the universe work in mysterious ways, you know, moving things around to help out in situations whenever it can be done. So just two really inspiring, uplifting stories that I really wanted to share with you guys. And on today's video, what I want to talk to you guys about is visualization. I'm pretty sure I've talked to you guys about this before on some past videos, and that's how, especially as these videos go on, I'm sure I'm going to be repeating subjects over and over, but hopefully in a different light, maybe something that will jump out to you more than it did before, or maybe it didn't even jump out as much or at all before, but it will in another video of it. Kind of what made me start thinking about it is my boyfriend and I were actually just going through the drive-thru at In-N-Out, and if you guys live around California, you know it's awesome food, and it's branched out to some other states. And it's just starting to get to my home state of Colorado, so a lot of people from back home are excited for that. But the person who actually pulled up behind us at the drive-thru was Justin Bieber. And we didn't know it was him. What was funny is, as we were getting ready to get to In-N-Out, I slowed down because there's this beautiful Lamborghini Aventador and just had to admire it as we were going past, and I'm obsessed with Lambos. And he ended up pulling behind us, but it made me think. I remember when I was watching the movie that they made about him, I think it's called Never Say Never, and a lot of people may hate on him, you know, all this bad publicity that he has gotten, but so many celebrities have bad publicity, And I try to not feed into negativity as much as I can, because you're only seeing these celebrities in the bad light. You don't see the good that they may be doing or their other parts of their life. But anyway, on this movie, I remember watching that his manager or somebody had said that when he was just getting started, Justin talked to him about Madison Square Garden. And he found out what a big deal Madison Square Garden was, and he told the manager or whoever it was in the movie that he was going to play there within that next year. And the manager was kind of laughing, like talking about this story, like saying, well, yeah, we'll get to that point, you know, but it sounded like he didn't really expect it to be in a year. But this young boy, however young he was when he first started, that's what he wanted when he was that young. And that's how your mind works, how things work with the universe, with the law of attraction. And when you just obsess, you focus on your thoughts, but you visualize doing what you want to do. He knew that he wanted to play within that year. And he sold out at Madison Square Garden as this super young boy. And he has tons of success right now. You know, he may be having difficulties here and there. Who knows? We're not in his shoes. But he visualized that when he was so young. Anything that you can visualize and that your mind can think of, you can get it, as I've said several times. I also watched this YouTube video about a guy who had purchased a Lamborghini Huracan, because like I said, I'm obsessed with Lambos, but I watched this, I think, just yesterday. And I watched it because of the car. I didn't even know he was going to be talking about this, but he mentioned visualization, and he said, I'm not sure what it is about it, but it works. You know, it sounded like maybe he didn't quite, I don't know if he didn't know too much about the law of attraction or what he was saying, but he said, I just know it definitely works when you sit there and visualize. He said he visualized his car being parked in this certain part of the parking garage at his apartment. He visualized living in the penthouse. I believe it was the 10th floor of his apartment. And I don't remember what floor he was living on at that time, but he just would go in the elevator but be pressing the 10th floor, and it sounded like he needed clearance for it, but he was still pressing the button as if he already lived there. Just get in that mode where you're already living that life. Even if right now at this moment you're not, it's just not at this exact moment. But still, get that in your mind that you are already living that life. You already have that car or that job or are living at that new place. Whatever your dreams are, just constantly be visualizing it. Any negativity that sneaks in, whether it's something negative about something totally different or somebody else, or if it's just negativity in the form of doubt, recognize it and throw it out. Just focus on visualizing the life that you want to be living, and you will start attracting it. Just don't doubt yourself. If doubt creeps in, recognize it as creeping in and toss it out. And just keep thinking positive all the time. Visualize, visualize, visualize. I hope you guys found this video useful. As I always say, leave this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And please leave any comments below, any stories that you guys have or anything that you would like to see on this channel. And thank you guys so much for watching.